All right, guys. So this topic is going to be controversial. This is fresh, right out of the oven. What you're seeing right there, it is not a screenshot. Okay, it is not a screenshot. It is DLSS 5, Digital Foundry. Once again, coming up with some great exclusive content. They went to GDC and they were showing off DLSS 5 by NVIDIA. So what is DLSS 5? DLSS 5 is another version of upscaling that NVIDIA is working on. Right now, it's not, obviously not going to be released anytime soon. They're still working on it. But it's a big controversy because as you can see right here, okay? As you can see right there, Grace from Resident Evil Requiem is getting upscaled. See how she looks right there. And now see how she looks right here.
It's fair to say that it's one of the most surprising.
Now, it is. I'm not going to jump into the hate bandwagon because a lot of YouTubers are just straight up jumping into the hate bandwagon, and they're just like, "Oh my God, this is horrible, AI slop, this and that." What my opinion is that this looks fantastic. Okay, now hear me out. It does take away some of the art and some of the creativity away from the creators in a way that they designed Grace's face to have a certain look, and then when you use this upscaler, it changes her look to a way more realistic when maybe that wasn't really the intention of the developers, okay? However, Digital Foundry did say here that Resident Evil Requiem's developer Capcom and the developers, they say they love this technology. They also show it off in Starfield, which is Bethesda Studios.
Potentially disruptive, transformative.
However, guys,
Generation technologies we've seen.
it is crazy. This thing now at the same time, it kind of looks like an AI screenshot that you tell ChatGPT, "Hey, can you make this realistic?" And then ChatGPT tells you this, right? I don't like Grace's face here. I felt like she put on lip fillers, right? Like over here, she looks more of like an innocent teenager. I won't say teenager, but like in her 20s. And, you know, her mother just got murdered. She's trying to solve this case.
Next generation.
And over here, she's like, I'm a supermodel. Like, what am I doing? I should be on Instagram. I should be somewhere taking modeling for whatever clothes, right? So it does kind of take away from the artistic point of the creators, right? Now, if the creators agree with it, then that's on them, right? Now, me as a consumer, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm gonna have to maybe either get used to it, because once you get so here's the thing, right? If you see Grace, the first time that you see Grace like this, and then they change you to Grace like this, it's like, no, I want the other Grace, right? Because we're so used to, our eyes are used to seeing Grace like this. You get me? You guys get me? So, one second. So, it's just a way of seeing the characters for the first time, right? Now, guys, let's see how this looks with Starfields.
Tomorrow.
This
Oliver
is
McKenzie
crazy.
Photorealism to the games of today.
Let's see Leon. I don't see. Everybody's like laughing.
Being brought.
See, Leon doesn't look bad here, right? With DLSS 5 off, right?
Lighting.
Now let's see it with DLSS on. I don't see it like, oh my God, this is altering Leon's look, right? I see a more realistic Leon with better shading, better detail, but it's still Leon, okay? So, but then again, guys, this is very controversial. Everybody is hating on Digital Foundry because they think they're bought off, and it's just their opinion. This looks fantastic. Like, what else? Where else can gaming go from here? You get me? Now,
photorealism to the games of
what I
today
also
and
like for example, in environments, this is Assassin's Creed Shadow, right?
enable new light.
This is crazy. Like, if you see this and you're hating on it, there's something not okay in your head, right? Because how could you not love this?
Techniques.
How could you not love what technology is able to do at certain points in certain parts? I disagree with some things. Like I said, with Grace, I don't like Grace's new look, okay? However, guys, technology is going to move forward faster than we think, okay? So AI is going to dominate this world. Maybe in 10, 15, 20 years, who knows? AI is going to be in our lives, and we're not going to be like, oh, this is AI slop. Like, the internet became a part of our lives, and everybody, I'm pretty sure, was hating on the internet. I wasn't here. I came from Cuba in 2004, so I didn't know what the internet was. But everybody just hates on something. But when we see products that push the boundaries and they try to advance gaming, why are we hating on it? Let's give it a chance, okay? Let's give it a chance for it to come out. And another thing, this is optional. This is completely optional.
But I think what NVIDIA
Okay.
is essentially trying to do is kind of like bypass all of that, taking us like a generation or two beyond lighting as it's seen today, and it's done entirely through machine learning with a new form of DLSS.
This is crazy.
Existing ones.
If
So
you don't think
generation
that's
super
crazy,
resolution. So, yeah, it's
even with DLSS 5 off, okay, the game looks fantastic, of course. But
basically like a
when you turn it on, the shadows, the lighting is incredible. It's like you're inside a CGI movie. We used to see CGI movies and we're like, damn, what if games look like that? Games are looking like that now, and all of y'all are hating on it. Like,
of DLSS,
what are you talking about? Like, this is going to be games whether we like it or not. I know I'm not going to like some of the things, just like you guys are not going to like some of the things. But this is where gaming is going. And to me, this looks crazy.
Contact was this particular image of Resident Evil Requiem, where we saw.
Now, like I said, guys, this screenshot doesn't help Grace's case, right? Because she's looking like, oh, I'm a supermodel. This is my supermodel face, right? So this case doesn't really help it, right? But let's fast forward.
So that's the original past-facing version.
Let's fast forward to Starfield.
Like the DLSS. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I think maybe if we look at some of the other demos here, I think Starfield is a really interesting one because the base imagery, of course, is not
Starfield looks crazy.
ray-traced.
Look, there's no problem with the graphics like that, right? However,
not past-faced. And
look at this. Right here, the models, it didn't really mess up the models that much. But the lighting and the way it looks is fantastic.
yet
Fantastic.
we're still seeing transformative changes here, particularly in terms of character.
Look at this. Look at the guys. The change is from like PlayStation 5 to like PlayStation 9 types of level with just an upscaler. This is where games were going anyways. Now with AI, it's just going there quicker. But this is where games are going anyways.
Rendering, which is an area where...
And guys, this channel, okay, me, Gaming with G, George, me, I give my opinion on stuff. I don't jump on bandwagons, right? Now, if my opinion lines up with the bandwagon, then so be it, right? But I give my opinions based on my point of view, based on me as a consumer, based on me creating content for you guys, okay? I am not going to tell you guys what you guys want to hear, okay? I'm here to tell you guys my opinion, and I'm here to talk with you guys. If you disagree with me, put it on the comment section. Tell me why this is not good for gaming, which I get some of the points, right? Like you lose creativity, you lose art style. So I wonder how certain games will look with this filter on, right? With this upscaler.
Starfield received quite a lot.
I know not all games are going to benefit from it, but look at the difference between this guy. That is crazy. What are you talking about? It benefits these kinds of games. Obviously, a Kingdom Hearts game is not going to benefit from this. A cartoony game like a Hi-Fi Rush is not going to benefit from this. But like a Crimson Desert, a Witcher 4, those kinds of games are going to benefit from these upscalers because it's the realism of the game. Now, it depends how it is done in certain characters, right? So, and at the end of the day, guys, I will repeat it. This is optional. You don't have to do this. You don't have to turn this on, okay?
But again, the effect.
This is crazy.
Is quite remarkable here, isn't it?
Yeah, and
just look at the difference in the lighting.
I found this very interesting. So
the woman behind him looks so good.
I saw this through a variety of games that basically they really do intend for that base render that's going into this, the base color, the base render to be as high quality as possible. Starfield obviously.
Guys, like look how this looks.
But there are still some issues though, like you can note screen space errors.
It's like I'm on the planet. It's like I'm on the actual spaceship.
In games where like you have
crazy
screen reflections or screen space.
What are you guys talking about?
And those things.
This is insane.
The DLSS 5 image, so it's not like it's perfectly understanding and reconstructing all characteristics of light. It's still depending on the base render, but it's super impressive to see a game like Starfield, to see this character's jacket, for instance, all the specular highlights.
Look at the lighting. Look at the detail in that jacket.
Cast in a much more realistic light.
That wasn't even on, and it was still looking good. Now, yeah, here I can see like the effect.
Material properties.
But it does look impressive. But it basically looks like a CGI movie, right? So we're basically playing a CGI movie.
On her clothing there, and indeed,
like I said, guys, if you just look at a game with this filter on, without looking at it with the filter off, then I'm pretty sure you guys will have a different point of view. Like if a game was made with this filter in mind, with this upscaler in mind, I'm sure it will look way different, right?
In her face, this colossal increase in lighting fidelity, where all of a sudden you're seeing proper subsurface scattering.
Like, yeah, you can tell the difference in the face right away.
Her eyes are properly self-shadowing in there, and her mouth is also shadowing her teeth correctly. And all these other characteristics that they pointed out to us that you don't really think about in the context of real-time rendering, because you're...
Look at that! All the reflections.
So used to a lower quality image than what, high-end CG could provide. But all of a sudden, we're kind of in the realm of high-end CG with this technology.
Absolutely, yeah. There are plenty of demos that we saw. We're going to be producing a much longer video where we can talk in depth about them. Let's talk about Oblivion Remastered. It's quite an interesting...
It looks insane, guys. It basically takes your game from one generation to like 2 other generations ahead. Insane.
Showcase of what happens when you introduce DLSS 5 to an Unreal Engine 5.
And they pointed out
now some characters, right? Even Digital Foundry said it here. Like this character though is
character models in the game are a little bit on the simpler side, but they still look a lot better when we put
me personally, I would prefer that effect on environments than on characters, right? It would be cool if we have like an option to turn it on just in the environments than on the characters, right?
DLSS 5 on.
Like for example, this character right here, like he looks crazy real.
A little bit uncanny, I would say, but definitely.
And a little bit weird as well, of course.
The overall portrayal of those characters is much more sophisticated.
Yeah, and we also took a quick look at Assassin's Creed Shadows here, which is quite remarkable in how it's handling.
Guys, the environments look crazy. Crazy.
Environmental lighting and shadow there. It's, it's radically transformed.
Crazy.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Obviously, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a game that is a very handsome title, I would say, in general. It was obviously part of our Graphics of the Year list last year. But when we look at that base render, we see there are some issues with like shadow maps and maybe the detailing in the foliage lighting is not quite.
Don't get me wrong, with it off, it looks good, but with it on, crazy.
As granular as you'd like. You move over to DLSS 5 and all those issues are basically fixed. Like all of a sudden the game looks like it has ray traced shadows when in fact, of course, we know that it does not. And like the fog is integrated much more nicely into the scene. The overall lighting presentation is just dramatically improved to the point where if you were squinting or even not really squinting, you could mistake this for an image of a real life forest, I'd have to say.
Yeah, they are attempting to bring photorealism to games with this, which I think is quite interesting, but also quite controversial as well, because this is basically today's game engines viewed through the lens of NVIDIA's AI model.
This is basically like real life lighting rendering, you know, like this is how like this place will look like in real life. It was not gonna go look all dark like that, like it was.
A lot of discussion about whether this is
see. Look at all the. It's missing something, you know, basically.
the right direction.
Yeah.
A lot of discussion about whether this is actually what the you know, the kind of ultimate intent of the developer actually is.
Yeah.
And I also think, you know, we were told that the way the technology works is it actually integrates into NVIDIA Streamline.
Right.
So although developers can actually tune DLSS 5 lighting, seemingly, to be what they want it to be, there's going to be a lot of DLSS 5 mods happening to a lot of games, whether the developers like it or not, I think.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine that someone is going to get this in Optiscaler, and it's going to be a bit of a wild ride. But yeah, I mean, they even discussed, I spoke with one of the engineers in this project, and he mentioned...
I'm sure the people that are just straight up hating on Digital Foundry and hating on this technology, they have not watched the whole Digital Foundry video. They just see something, they go like, I hate it, AI slop. Oh, like, calm down, dude. Calm down. Let's give it a chance. It's not even out yet, okay? It's not even out yet. Let's give it a chance. Let's see what developers are able to do with this technology, and then we'll take it from there. If it sucks, it sucks. And I will be the first one to say it. If it sucks, it sucks. As of right now, this is crazy revolutionary, okay? And I know it involves AI, and everybody hates AI, but unfortunately, AI is going to be a part of our lives, whether we like it or not. They're pushing it. They're spending tons of money. It's coming, and it's coming hard, okay? So, is it taking away people's jobs? Yes. Unfortunately, it is, okay? But so did the internet, so did cell phones, so did TV, so did streaming, YouTube. Unfortunately, we have to adapt, okay? We have to adapt. If you're a young one out there, be very careful what you're studying, because this technology is coming in hard. So it's going to benefit and it's going to hurt us, okay? Just like the internet did, just like social media did. It benefit us and it hurt us. We just have to be careful with it, okay? But just straight up hating on these guys, Digital Foundry, just because they like this technology, it's insane to me. I bet you haven't even watched the whole video.
That you could apply it to games as primitive as Minecraft,
Right.
and get like a Minecraft RTX style appearance. So this does not just apply to AAA games. It does not just apply to high-end graphics. We're already seeing that a little bit with Starfield, which is a more primitive title.
Yeah.
But it really could apply to just about any game that can supply color and motion vectors, I guess.
Yeah.
And obviously that's going to be a matter of controversy. We've already heard that some developers are on board with the technique, that they really like it. They think it enhances their games, brings them up to the visual fidelity that they had imagined in their heads but could not deliver. But obviously this is going to be a work in progress. And they'd also say that perhaps there could be some additional, they mentioned some tuning that might be involved, some exclusions that might be involved in this model.
So tuning, exclusion is still a work in progress, guys, okay?
In order to get it to a level where developers are comfortable shipping it in their games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is still work in progress, although we are expecting this to be delivered this year, which I still think is like quite a remarkable proposition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of work still to do on this. You know, the concept that they're using 250.
Look at the difference. I'm still shocked at how good the environments look. Like, if you're not shocked at how those environments look, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. You must be used to good graphics, I guess, but man.
Is effectively to bring this demo to us today and somehow rationalizing that down to one. That's going to be quite an interesting experience, I think.
That is insane, guys. That is insane. I'll make sure to leave the whole the video the original video in the description so you guys can click the link, check it out for yourselves. This technology is it controversial? Of course it is, okay? And we have to talk about it. But like I said, I'm not going to jump on a bandwagon, okay? I'm going to give my opinion on what I think about the certain subject, okay? And we can debate. That's why I have the comment section for. I'm not going to block nobody because you disagree with me on a certain topic. I'm not going to ban you, block you, whatever, none of that stuff, right? So that's why the comment section is there, okay? Now, the people that are just straight up hating on Digital Foundry, like I said, is what I don't like. If you want to unsubscribe, sure, but it's crazy how people don't even watch the whole video and just be like, "Hey, I slop," like, calm down, okay? Relax. There's going to be a lot of products that will be using AI in the near future, and we're all gonna benefit from it somehow. Okay, it's gonna hurt us as well. But yeah, guys, that's my opinion on DLSS 5. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I thought this technology was great. Something looks a bit off, but like I said, if they tweak and if they do what they gotta do, so that games can look great, then I'm sure they will do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Gaming with G. Remember, Jesus loves you. He came to this earth. He died for you and me on that cross. If you accept him in your heart, you will go to heaven with him as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, let's game.